Hi, this is Jack Godfrey with the Beginner Qigong today. This video is one of 3 that I publish each week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I attempt to get them out around about 2 o'clock in the afternoon Atlantic time. I also offer a live Zoom class on Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. Atlantic time zone. If you'd like to take part in the live Zoom class, send an email to jack.godfrey49@gmail.com and I'll send you an invite. It's on Zoom. Now, the other thing that we cover as well, we've been focusing on bone density last week, and we're going to be continuing that this week. So we'll be focusing on the Golden Chi Ball series today, and then after that we'll be adding in a few additional movements from the 3 Hearts 9 Gates, also known as the 8 pieces of Brocade, and from the Dao Yin series that shows how you can increase bone density. If you recall from previous videos, we talked about Wolff's Law that showed that when you put the bones under stress, the density of the bones will increase. They'll get stronger. And so there were several things that, one test he did was using turkeys and put one flock of turkeys in an area with a vibrating plate under them, and another flock of turkeys in another area with no vibrating plate. Check the bone density beforehand, and then check it again after a period of time, and found that the turkeys that were working and living on the vibrating plate area, their bones were much denser. And also, we did a test with professional tennis players, and the arm that holds the racket, they found that that arm, the bones in it, had a much higher density than the arm that was not holding the racket. And the third example is astronauts, cosmonauts, the people that go into space. Those folks, after spending an extended period of time, even if it's only a couple weeks, they found that their bone density was greatly diminished because there was no stress on their bones just from living and walking around. And they were actually put in a special facility with a vibrating floor, which helped to increase the mineralization of their bones over time. So we're not going to be going to space, but we do want to keep our bones dense, because if you should stumble and fall as you get older, the risk of you breaking a bone becomes greater and greater. And one of my medical friends told me that a person falling down from standing up should not break a bone. You should more or less bounce back up. But as we get older and older, our bones get less and less dense and more susceptible to falling down and breaking. So we want to do something to help prevent that. Qigong is one of the methods that we can use to increase our bone density. Now it's time to get started with our Golden Chi Ball series. We're going to start with, as we usually do, establishing our foundation, and then working on the standing movement, standing like a tree, and we'll move in from there into the Golden Chi Ball series. So to begin with, we've got to get our feet in the right place. So you want to have the feet more or less parallel, and you want to have parallel and about the outside of the hips, the outside of the feet, one above the other. So pick a leg, put the weight on this leg over here, and the other one, lift the heel, lift the toes so that you got the foot resting on the ball joint, which is the big ball behind the big toe. Now, while having the toes lifted, the heels lifted, swing the heel around, and it should come down and just about touch the ball joint of the other foot. Lift the heel, lift the toe, swing back around, and put the foot down. And this is the space you're looking for. Your hands would fit between your feet, like so. And so this is the narrow stance, also known as standing in Wu Ji. And the feet are parallel. And now the small triangle, the large triangle, we come forward, put weight in the toes, but keep the heels on the floor. Lift the tailbone, lift the ribs, lift the chin. So we're stretching the front of the body. This is a dragon's back. And now put the weight in the heels. Tuck the tailbone in, drop the ribs, drop the chin, bring the shoulders forward. This is a turtle back. So dragon's back. We come forward onto the toes. A turtle back. We come back onto the heels. So once again, back to the feet. So small triangle, big toe, and the ball joint. That's where the weight is. The heel is still on the floor. And then we shift backwards. Big toe, and the heel. This is the large triangle. All the toes and heels are still on the floor. You shift the weight forward, we're on the small triangle. You shift the weight back, we're on the large triangle. So let's have a look from the side. So we come forward, we're on the small triangle. We lift the ribs, we lift the chin. So we have a dragon's back here. And then we drift back. We're on the large triangle. We tuck the chin. We tuck the tailbone. We drop the ribs. We bring the shoulders forward. This is the large triangle with a turtle back. So a small triangle, we come forward onto the toes. The large triangle, we come back onto the heels. Now these four things, the large triangle, small triangle, dragon's back, turtle back, show up throughout almost all of the movements that we do, especially in the Golden Qi Ball series, but generally throughout all of our Qigong series that we practice. So now we're going to move on to standing on a boat. No, we're not. We're going to move on to our standing posture here, which is standing like a tree. During the springtime, we do the movement which emphasizes wood, so standing like a tree. Our feet are set up in that narrow stance. We have the knees slightly bent. We grab the hips, push down with the thumb, tuck the tailbone in, lift the ribs up, pull the belly button in, lift the chin, gaze to the horizon. So we're looking to the distance, not up to the heavens, and not down to the earth. So we look off into the distance. And now we bring the hands up. You want the palms about the center of the palm in line with the eyes. Bring the shoulder blades towards each other. Have the hands forward a little bit so you can see them in the edge of your vision. And you want to have the wrists lined up with the toes. So it's inhale. We drift forward onto the small triangle. And then exhale. We drift back onto the large triangle. So inhale, we come forward. And exhale, we come on back. Inhaling. And exhale. So on the inhale, we come on to the small triangle. Exhale, we drift back onto the large triangle. One more breath. And we'll let the arms come on down. All right, now we're going to move into the immune boosting warm-up series. And we start with pull down the heavens. So we turn to the right, reach down to the earth, draw the chi down from the heavens. We look to the opposite side and we draw the chi in to the brass basin. So inhale, stretch up to the heavens, And then exhale. Come down to the earth. Last one. And now, and now we start our immune boosting sequence. So we start with standing on a boat. So you draw the chi up from the earth and you bring it down from the heavens in to the brass basin. We do this one twice. And now we need to step out to the side and be in our stacking of the bone stance here. So you move the feet side to side. You want to be here, so shoulder, ribs, hip, knee bent, and this is a stack of bones all on this side. And we come over here and we have the same thing happening. Shoulder, ribs, hip, ankle, all one above the other. So this is our stacking the bone stance. And the reason we need this as part of the immune boosting series is we're moving from side to side. So you come over here, you draw the turbid chi up, out of the brass basin, and you push it off and away. And then this hand comes down, the other one comes up, and we push the turbid away on this side, the turbid chi, that is. The hands come down here, and now we draw the chi up from the earth. We bring it down from the heavens. We do this one twice. And now we reach off to the side. We gather some fresh chi, and we bring it in to the brass basin. Inhale, we gather some fresh chi from this side and down in to the brass basin. Draw the chi up from the earth. Bring it down in to the brass basin. Small triangle, dragon's back. And exhale. Now expelling the turbid chi, so draw the chi up and push it away. We do the same thing from this side. Draw the chi up and push away. Gather the chi from the earth. Bring it down in to the brass basin. And now we bring in fresh chi, so we go to the side, draw the chi up from the heavens and down in to the brass basin. We gather some fresh chi from this side and down to the brass basin. And bring the chi up from the earth and down from the heavens. And now removing the turbid chi, so gather the chi up from the brass basin and expel. The same thing from this side, up and expel. And you watch the hands. We come up and down. And now we gather some fresh chi and bring it in. Now it's important that we move at a 4-second beat, so it's inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. We expel the chi, the turbid chi, we push it away. We expel the chi this way. Inhale. Now draw in fresh chi. And we wrap up this part by bringing the feet back to their narrow stance. And now we're going to move on to the Golden Chi Ball series. And we start with pull down the heavens 3 times. So turn to the right, lowering the hips. We reach up, turn to the opposite side. Gather the chi down from the heavens and in to the brass basin. So inhaling. Once more. All right, so the first one in the Golden Chi Ball series is shaking the 9 gates. Your hands are wet. Shake the water off your hands. Add in the knees, the hips, and the ankles, and then we twist and look over the shoulder. So we inhale here for a count of 4. And then we twist and exhale for a count of 4. So these movements are putting stress on the arms, the legs, and the spine. Because every time we move the arms up and down, we're using the muscles, and they're attached to the bones. So the bones are getting slightly stressed every time we move. And we'll do one more on each side. And should feel some tingling in the hands, should have a little bit of pink color in the palms. You might feel the tingling extending up towards the elbows. This is us generating chi and getting it out to the extremities. The feet should feel warm, the hands should feel warm. We bring this chi that we've generated and bring it in to the brass basin. Now next is standing on a boat. The feet are still in the same place. We come to the small triangle with a dragon's back. We lift the hands up and we lower the hands down. Now in previous sessions we've talked about focusing the mind by watching the hands. This is the same here. So it's inhale. We come up for a count of 4. Exhale. We come down for a count of 4. So inhale. Inhale, we draw the chi up from the earth. Exhale, we bring it down from the heavens and in to the brass basin. So inhale. So there's lots going on here. We're on the small triangle with a dragon's back. We focus our gaze on the hands. Large triangle, turtle back as we exhale. So inhale and exhale. So one more of these. All right, so next is Phoenix ascends the flame. So for this one, we reach down to the earth. We gather the chi from the earth. We reach up. Big dragon's back here, small triangle. And then exhale. Pull a beach ball in to the brass basin. So inhale. Watch the hands as they come up. Exhale. Watch them come in. So in, we're inhaling for a count of 4. Exhale for a count of 4. And one more of these. All right, and the next one in the Gold Chi Ball series is Monkey Leaps from a Tree. So for this one, the hands come up. We catch a parcel, so you want to have the hands sort of scooped a little bit. Imagine you're catching a bag of rice, a bag of shreddies, whatever, a bag of something. So you catch that parcel. You're looking up at the hands. We pull the belly button in. We have a dragon's back here. Exhale. We sink down. We put the parcel down. Now we have a turtle back. Stretching the spine. We come back up. Exhale. We sink down. Inhale. We come back up. And we catch. So from the side, we're here. We're in our narrow stance. We're here. Exhale, we catch hold as we sink. Tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. Inhale, we come back up. Exhale, we come on down. Inhaling. Exhale. And one more cycle here, so we catch the parcel. Exhale, we sink down with the dragon's back. Inhale, we come up with a turtle back. And that's Monkey Leaps from a Tree. So the next one in the series is Snake Rises from the Grass. Now with this guy, we start here with open palms, reaching forward, gather some chi from the heavens. Bring it around to the kidneys. So the wrists are just below the ribs. There's the ribs ending there. This is where the kidneys are. So you're covering the kidneys with your hands as the fingers point down. We stretch the front of the body. And then the hands come around the abdomen, just above the hips. And with a dragon's back, we fold forward. Come down the inside of the legs. Tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, stretching the spine. Inhale, we come up. Come around the abdomen and down in to the brass basin. So from the side, it looks like this. Inhale, we gather the chi. Bring it around to the kidneys. We're in a dragon's back. We're on the small triangle. Now we shift to the large triangle, still with that dragon's back. Tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, stretching the spine. Small triangle here with a turtle back. And we come up a vertebrae at a time. Around the abdomen and drop the chi in to the brass basin. So we'll do a couple of these. So inhale. So inhale, gather the chi from the heavens, come around to the kidneys, stretch the front of the body. And then exhale, we come down with the back of the hands to the legs. Stretching the spine, we're in a turtle back. Now inhale, palms to the legs. We come up around the abdomen and down into the brass basin. So last one. So that was snake rises out of the grass. The next one we're going to do is embracing the sun and the moon, which involves some side-to-side movement. So we need to be in our stacking of the bones stance here. So knee bent, leg straight, shoulder, ribs, hip, ankle, all in a pile. This is the stack of bones. Come over here, see it, the same things happening. Shoulder, ribs, hip, ankle. Knee bent, leg straight. Stack of bones on this side. Now embracing the sun and moon involves moving from side to side. Put weight in the heel, let the hips turn, and so we're facing a little bit this way. Shift the weight in the toes, push with the toes, land in the heel. And now I'm looking this way. Shift to the toes. The hips turn and we sink into the heels. Now, bring your fingertips to the belly button and then pop the hands out. So the hands are flat to the body. Fingertips touch the navel. Bring the hands out. Sink into the heel. Turn the hips a little bit. You should see your foot between your hands. Shift the weight into the toes. The hips start to turn. Push with the toes. Land in the heel. And you want to see the foot between the hands on this side. Shift the weight into the toes. Push. We come over here, we land in the heels. So the hips are turning from side to side as we move from one leg to the other. Now hold a ball here about shoulder height and just a little bit away from the ribs. Shift the weight into the toes. Push with the toes, let the hands come down. We land in the heel, the ball rises up. Shift into the toes, push with the toes, the hips turn, the torso turns, and the ball lifts up on this side. And then exhale, we're here. Inhale, we're over here, weight in the heels. Shift into the toes, push with the toes, land in the heel. So embracing the sun and the moon, we're gathering some chi from the sun. And we draw it into the brass basin. We draw some chi from the moon. And we draw that in as well. So inhaling. Exhale. So inhale, we're here. Exhale. And as always, the breath is to the 4-second count. And we watch the hands as they move from place to place. Last cycle. All right. Now we bring the feet back to their narrow stance, outside of hips, outside of feet, one above the other. Now the next movement is gather the clouds to make a jade pillow. So for this one, we gather the chi, we gather the energy from the heavens, so we're gathering the clouds. We bring the hands to the back of the head. We have a little bump here at the back of the head, so I'm just going to come here and demonstrate a little bit. So right here, there's this bump that sticks down, and that's the jade pillow. And that's where the hands are coming to. So it's inhale. We gather the chi from the heavens. We bring it around, open the elbows wide, let the hands rest on the jade pillow. Lift the ribs. We're on the small triangle with a dragon's back. And then exhale, you bring the elbows forward, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, stretching the back. Inhale, we come up, opening wide. And then exhale, we draw the chi down into the brass basin. So inhale, gather the clouds. Exhale. Inhale, we come up. And then exhale, we draw the chi down in to the brass basin. So inhale, remember, always to that count of 4. Then exhale, tuck chin, tuck tailbone, stretching the spine. Inhale, we come up, opening wide. Then exhale, we massage the gallbladder meridian as we draw the chi down in to the brass basin. So last one of these, draw the chi up from the earth. Bring it down from the heavens. Big stretch in the front. And then exhale, big stretch in the back. Inhale, we come up, opening wide. And then exhale, we come on down. All right, next one we're going to do in the Golden Chi Ball series is return to fetal position. So for this one, we have a we have a robin's egg fist. So you have the hand open like this, bring the thumb in, bring the fingers in, and you want to have a hole here that, you've got room to hold a robin's egg in your fist. So fold the thumb in, bring the fingertips together, and that's what we're looking to have happen. And now, this is return to fetal position. So you use the robin's egg fist. With both hands, you capture some chi in the hands. Bring the back of the hands around to the kidneys. Come around to the front. We lower down with a dragon's back here. Move to a turtle back. Coming back up. Going around the abdomen and drop the chi in to the brass basin. So from the side, looks like this. Gather the chi, bring it around to the kidneys, lowering down. We come back up, around the bottom, the top, and down into the brass basin. So inhale, gather the chi, bring the back of the hands to the kidneys. Then come around. We bring the elbows and the knees towards each other, the wrists and the head towards each other. Tuck chin, tuck tailbone, stretching the spine. We come up and we drop the chi in. So inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. And we'll do 2 more of these. So inhale, we gather the chi. Bring it around to the kidneys. Dragon's back here. We fold forward with that strong dragon's back. Then we come up with a turtle back. And drop the chi into the brass basin. So inhale. And that is return to fetal position. And that's all the ones that we're doing from the Golden Chi Ball series today. So we pull down the heavens 3 times. Inhale, gather the chi from the earth. Stretch up to the heavens. And then exhale, we come down from the heavens to the brass basin. Last one. All right. And now we're going to introduce one movement from the 8 pieces of brocade with major emphasis on increasing bone density. And as we recall from the beginning of this video, we talked about Wolff's Law and putting stress on the bones. And tennis players whacking a tennis ball all day long with their, I'm left-handed, so whacking the ball, and serving the ball and creating bone density. So what happens is the ball hits the racket and causes all kinds of vibration to go down the arm and into the body. And so this next movement, King shakes his body, does the same thing for the entire body. So what we do is we start here, bring heat to the palms. So you rub the palms together and then bring the hands to the back. So once again, we're looking for this sort of arrangement. Ribs are here. Bring the wrists just below the ribs, fingers pointing down. And then what you do is you lift up on the heels and you drop 3 times sharply on the heels. So you lift and drop. You should feel the skin moving on the face, the hair moving back and forth, the muscles sliding up and down on the bones. And so let's do it again. So you warm the hands up, get some chi to the surface. The hands here, you lift and you drop. You want the knees slightly bent. You want the tongue out of the way of the jaw. You want your teeth together. You don't want to have them clapping together. That could hurt the teeth. Definitely hurt the tongue if it's in the way. Let's go again. Last one. And that was King shakes his body. And that's the end for today. We've actually run out of time, so we're not going to be able to do our usual wrap-up with the 5 directions. So thank you all for coming, folks.